Isn't motivation something you want? Discipline is something you need. Obsession is something you have to have. I'm going to show you what I wanted, how I got it, and how I was obsessed to get there. All right, another week of Forget the Noise podcast. This is going to be an awesome episode. I'm super stoked about this. It's a special one because I am going to have my son, Aiden, aka Stooge, if you know us, on the podcast. It's going to be a great episode. We had Cash on a while ago, but she's involved in my nitty gritty, like day-to-day life. Like Aiden, he has a front row seat to the whole thing, but he isn't in the mosh pit. See what I did there?
I did see that.
Yeah, so we have a big thing with going to concerts together. We love the mosh pit. And another cool thing about this episode is I feel like as adults and business owners and parents, we have a duty to teach the next generation and set a standard with them. So I'm going to use the word generation a lot. Doesn't make me old, okay? Just because we're a different generation, 23 years apart, but that's it. And we got to be conscious when someone's watching us. And we are influencing someone younger all the time. So I want to see from their perspective of what we're doing as adults, as parents, as business owners, as influencers, mentor, whatever you want to call it. Like, are we helping them? Are we screwing them up? So I want to get some insight perspective on that. This episode's going to go to everyone. It's going to go to parents. It's going to go to new fathers. It's going to go to fathers thinking of starting their business, to let their kids know what they're going to go through, because I think an open communication dialect is awesome, especially with a kid. I feel like we have that. So we're going to jump into certain things about my son too. We're going to talk about who he is, why he thinks he's been molded that way, his hobbies. He's got a whole list of them. He juggles a lot. So how does he manage that? Because I feel like we're kind of on the same wavelength there with that. We're going to talk about life with me and my chaos, and how he sees it as my son. We're going to talk about what he's learned. We're going to talk about maybe some insight of what he's learned watching me. And then on top of that, the struggles and worries of youngsters. That was a long intro. So we're going to dive right into talking to Aiden here. And so just give yourself a little intro. Don't be nervous.
I'm Aiden Casino Cappuccitti, or on Instagram, Aiden_Casino, and I'm a sponsored drummer for 2 different bands.
You're not going to mention you're my son?
And AJ's son. Yeah.
Seriously.
AC Custom Junior.
Do you see this? Like the struggle of the young generation. All right, so we'll leave that as the intro. There's something I heard, and I love this quote, and I always want to kind of say it to you, but I don't think I've ever got the chance to say it to you.
Yeah.
Like there was never the situation for it. It's a father is the only man that will ever want you to do better than him. And I think that's so relevant because like as men, we have this like ego. And we want to like always drive forward or do better than the other guy, or we're competitive and stuff like that. But when it comes to a father, it's literally like you're the only man in the world I want doing better than I do. Everyone else, like I cheer for them, I clap for them, but there's a little bit of sense of competition.
Yeah.
That's where the alpha male comes in. It's kind of like, well, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad that he's got where he is, but I can do that too. Do you feel that way?
I do feel that way. Like, I see with you, it's always go, go, go. I wake up in the morning for school. You're already out and doing stuff. You got your day started. You sent me a text when you left the house. You're at the gym. I wake up, check Instagram. Your sauna talk's already up. I see you're at the office already. Like, it's always go, go, go with you. And I feel like even when I'm at home, I wake up to an empty house. I feel like I'm the slacker. Like, I feel like I got to get up and start working, or I'm going to fall behind, or every morning when I wake up and the house is empty, I'm like, they're already working. I gotta get on that. I gotta get to school. I gotta go to work, or on the weekend I gotta get up, like practice, homework, stuff like that. Like I just gotta be busy all the time. I feel like seeing you work all the time and have stuff on your plate all the time. Like our family schedule is jam packed of just you most of the time, and a little bit of like mom, and then there's like Sophia's cheer every week. But I feel like it's always you working, and you're going and out of town or out of the house at work or at the gym or your sauna talks. Like you're always doing something, and I feel like I have to replicate that in a way.
And I love how that influences you to like thrive. Like it's this weird balance where I'm like, I want my kids to see that I'm doing a lot and I'm pushing and I'm thriving, but I never want them to feel like they're chasing me. But is there ever a time where there's something inside you that drives you to be like, hold on, like, you know what, screw him. I'm gonna do what he does. Like, is there ever something inside you that kind of drives you to like want to do more or push more when you're watching what I'm doing day to day?
Yeah, like it does drive me seeing you because like I know that you had like no start, you had no helping hand at the start of this, you had no mentor to kind of guide you. You completely did this on your own, like just you, no outside help, no outside materials, just that like drive to start something or create something out of nothing. And I feel like I've always felt that drive, or like that competition sort of alpha male analogy you use. Like I think of it as in my drumming, I see there's a kid out there in the 8 billion plus people in the world, and he started the exact same way as me. He had no outside help or materials. He no exterior like experience in drumming, and he could be one of the best drummers in the world, and nobody would know about him just because he doesn't put himself out there. And I feel like there's no excuse why I can't do that either, or like why I can't be good if not better than him. You know what I mean?
I love that, and like I think it's natural and it's good. It's like natural selection to have that bit of competition. And I feel like when I was growing up, that was like all over the place. Like it was like just chest beating all the time. Maybe it was the males I was hanging out with or anything. Do you find that in your generation now it's either slowed down a little bit, or do you feel like there's still a lot of like competition between males? And I hate putting it like that, but it's just it's our natural instinct to be competitive. It's our natural instinct to gather and hunt, and like it's just who we are, right? So do you feel like that's kind of like as a generation changes, there's a little bit less of that? Because I feel like I see less of that as I bring on like young employees and stuff like that.
I feel like, yeah, there is like a drive in like the younger people, or like the people that I hang around and like people my age. There's definitely a drive, but it's less of like a I can do better than you. It's more of a keeping up with each other. Like if you see one of your friends do something new, I want to learn how to do that. I want to do that too. So it's kind of not like being better than them. Well, I mean, it's different in every person. Like I personally try and be better than everyone else, not in like a I want to be better than you sort of way. It's just like I want to improve myself. Like there's no reason why I can't do that too. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I live by that, right?
Yeah.
Like if you can do it, I can do it, right? Like, and it's so cool hearing that from someone that's older, because like it's almost like fulfilling knowing like our next generation, when I get older, I need someone to take care of me. Like you guys are lining up to do that.
Yeah.
Now, as a younger, like I've had a lot of females on here, and they're just like killers. They're just like all snipers. I don't think I've had one female guest that hasn't like completely killed it. But as a young male, how are you feeling pressures of succeeding and pushing forward and like drive?
I find it's the same with everyone. Like I equally compare myself to everybody. Like there's females that are way better than me at drumming, or when I was growing up playing sports, there was always females in my league that were better than me at the sport. I don't compare myself just to like specific people. It's everybody. If they're doing better than me at something, there's no reason why I can't be just as good, if not better.
I love that. All right, so this is a longer quote. We're going to jump into kind of a little bit with you being raised by me working in a regular job, and then jumping into entrepreneurship, and how the transition's been with you, what you've seen. Like it's no hold bars, full like wide open book here. You can say anything you want. We're not censoring anything. Children of entrepreneurs don't just watch your parents work. They watch them build, fail, pivot, and wake up the next day to try again. It's the ultimate masterclass in resilience. Thoughts?
I like that because I'm trying to think. Like, I like that because it like creates like a subconscious like kind of like pressure in you to replicate that. And I feel like it goes with a lot of things. Like you learn a lot from your parents subconsciously. You pick up a lot of habits. Like I find I get short-tempered sometimes because I feel like you've gotten short-tempered sometimes because of the business.
Yeah.
Or like if you're ever stressed out and you snap at me real quick, I feel like I pick up on that a lot when I'm stressed out or when I'm working or always busy. But it's other things too, like the drive. Like I said, when I wake up, you're already out of the house doing something, working at whatever you're working towards. And I feel like I pick up on that a little bit. Like 2 years ago, I would sleep in until like 1 p.m., play video games all day, go out with my friends. And then once I started working and getting into like higher education and closer to ending high school, I was picking up on waking up earlier, doing work even though I didn't want to. It's more of that I have to do this now compared to I don't want to do it, so I won't. I feel like I have that.
I'm going to touch on that a little bit later.
I have that drive to do stuff that I don't want to do that I didn't have before, and I feel like I picked
today
up
when
on
I called you, right? I'm like, hey, bud, you up? You're like, yep, I've already been up.
Yeah.
I'm already working. I'm already on, online school. I'm like, holy shit.
I got home at like 2 in the morning last night from the show, and I was up at like 8 to work because I knew I had my online school and the podcast and work later tonight.
That's great. That's jam day.
It is.
Jam day.
It's a busy day.
So you've seen wins and losses. So just putting your perspective of like how I've navigated exposing you to that.
Yeah.
Because there's ups and downs in business, there's ebb and flows, there's everything. Like, how do you feel like you've been exposed to that as my son on a day-to-day basis? Like, do you feel like that pressure is put on you? Do you feel like that pressure gets kind of ripple effect onto you? Or do you feel like it's just kind of like, I don't care, he runs his own business, that's his problem? Like, how do you feel about that as a whole?
It's kind of like 50-50, honestly. Like, there's been times in my every like day-to-day life, like less important life, there'll be times where like, Dad, there's this concert we should go to, and you're like, business hasn't been doing too well, wait till next week, we'll see how it goes then.
Yeah.
Or there'll be times where the business does really well and you just take us out to the movies or dinner randomly, you just treat us to something nice, which is really cool. But like on the day-to-day life, there's nothing like changing really. It's more of just I hear you and Mom talking about the business in the kitchen or before bed when I'm going to bed, and it's always like remarks, but it's never something that affects me personally other than like the bills.
What are some wins you've seen with me running my own business?
A lot. You've become more like at home. When you had like your job before entrepreneurship in the business, you were out at work and it was against your will to like, you couldn't just be home. At least with your business, you have the option to be home and you work from home some of the time, which is nice to have you like around.
Yeah.
And it's also nice to have you in town. Like if I'm out at lunch with my friends, I see your truck driving around all the time, or even just on the weekends or in the summer. I just see you out around in town. You work with a lot of people that I know.
Always watching you. Don't do bad drugs. I'm always watching you, okay?
Yeah, don't do the bad ones.
Yeah.
But no, even like people at my school, like your dad renovated this, your dad renovated my bathroom, your dad did my kitchen, or like I work with your dad. Like I'll just have random people that I've never seen in my life before come up to me. I know your dad. It's like you're a celebrity in town. Like I can't go anywhere without, oh, you're AJ's son. I know AJ. I know your dad. I work with him.
Can we pause there? Can we make like a soundbite of that? Like you're a celebrity in town? Continue.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it affects me a lot, but not in like a bad way. It's kind of cool that everyone knows my dad. And then there will be people that go over to Sophia and be like, you're AJ's daughter, you're Aiden's son or sister.
Yeah.
Or like, I've even had people come up to me, you're Kash's son. I've worked with your mom before and stuff like that. It's really weird to have like my whole family out and about. Even Sophia, she's a really popular girl for her age. She knows everyone her age, even my age. Yeah. And I have people come up to me, you're you're Sophia's brother. It's like nice to have my whole family out there. And
That's
like
awesome.
Everyone knows them, you know what I mean?
What are some losses you've noticed?
A lot of people will come up to me and like ask me like, is your dad hiring? Or like, they'll ask me like they'll ask me questions about your business. What's it like living with him? Like they want to get like the inside personal level of like connection. Like they were like, what's he like as a person, not as a boss or as an employer, stuff like that. They want to know like, what's he like as a dad? Because a lot of people see you as the big scary boss man at work, but like,
big scary boss man.
Yeah, I've had that word before. I've heard that word before.
I've never had that status. Big scary boss man.
That's crazy.
Not scary at all.
No, I always have to like belittle you a little bit. Like he's a sweetheart.
Oh,
Sweet as
that's
sugar.
so sweet. See, I'm gonna cry on this episode. He's talked highly of me. You've like called me a sweetheart. But with constantly either being exposed to it, being questioned about it, being asked about it, do you feel like it's kind of callous to you now, where you're kind of just like, yeah, whatever, that's my dad, or yeah, whatever, that's my mom? Like, you getting used to it, or is it always like, oh, another conversation? Like, is it casting a shadow on it?
It kind of comes as like common sense, but it like really hit me the other day that like some people don't see you the way I do, because I've always just thought of you, that's my dad.
Yeah.
And then once I started getting more personal, like more in touch with your business and actually working, like seeing you work from like an outside perspective and not just like I'm at my dad's work, or like bring your son to work day sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like actually seeing you work and being your own person, it's really made me think like he is like a hardworking guy. Like he really does like a lot more than I thought. Because when I was like 8 years old, I never understood what running a business was like. But now that I'm like older and I'm looking at my friends starting their own business and wanting to do what you do, there's a lot more that goes into it than I thought. And it's really cool to see like all the stuff that goes on that I never appreciated before.
So that was a lot to take in. You threw a lot at me. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I've been practicing.
Oh, have you been practicing? You didn't even know what we were talking about.
No, I didn't.
You literally came into this blind. He actually came into this completely blind. I didn't give him one show note. I didn't give him one question, nothing. I came in, he's like, what are we talking about? I'm like, who you are, what your hobbies are, what you like to do, how do you like having dad as a business owner, and that was it. So you're doing good, bud. You're doing really good.
Signature move.
I know, right? We might have to have a co-host thing here. It makes me proud that you're learning a lot.
Yep.
And it makes me proud that you're absorbing it and that you're starting to look back at it. Like you've learned that I run my own business, and then a few years later you look back at it and say, okay, but what is running a business? And I knew we were going to touch on that topic, so I found this quote that the beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take that away from you. So you always have that. So do you feel like this information that you're learning, the experiences you're having, kind of either set you up for, yes, I want to, or no, I don't want to touch that with running your own business?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's kind of like see me go through it and you learning about it now, and then kind of looking at it from the business owner's son to stepping out and saying, oh, this is an actual business thing he runs. Do you feel like it's geared you one way or the other?
Definitely has. There's a lot of lessons I've learned that I could have learned on my own, but it just saves me the time. It's like something a teacher couldn't teach you. It's something you have to learn on your own, and you have to overcome on your own to understand how to do it. And I feel like I've skipped a lot of those lessons, which saved me a lot of time in anything I do, really, where there's lessons that you've learned starting your own business that you've just passed on to me that I never had to
I'm an advocate
experience.
For it.
Yeah.
You want it. I think I said this on every single episode. I've literally said it, where you want to know what's on top of a mountain, ask someone on the way down. I think we're episode 6 now, or 5 or something like that. I think I've said it on every single episode. What's the best thing you've learned from watching me and your mother?
The best thing I've learned,
business-wise,
is probably to make a business that you would enjoy running. If you started a business in something that you hated, seeing you run an entrepreneurship business, I know how much you like entrepreneurship and renovations and all that stuff. You're enjoying what you do, being your own boss. It's something you want to do. You wake up in the morning, you want to get it done. It's something you enjoy doing. If it's something that you really hated, you wouldn't have as much of a drive compared to something that you like.
So you package that up with see me busy all the time. You said you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I better get my ass in gear today, this and that. And then learning that part of it, do you find it motivates you?
It does, very much. It motivates me a lot.
In all aspects, or just in certain things? Do you find it as a whole? It's kind of because I know the way I am. So it's if something motivates me, it's ooh, this is the flavor of the month. So I really get motivated to do this. Do you find it motivates you in school, drumming, hanging with your friends, working, or does it just motivate you that time in just school? Is there something that it gears you more towards?
It motivates me a lot in everything. I take bits and pieces of things that I see you doing into every bit. So it's not this motivates just one thing. It's kind of you as a whole. I'll take parts of things I've seen you do, or things you've told me, or things that I've seen secondhand, and I apply it at work. If I really don't want to work, I think of the times I've seen you sick as you've ever been, dead on the couch, so the flu, and you've still gone to work, because you don't have a choice. And I thought there's no reason why I can't do that too. If he did it, surely I'll be okay. Or at school, if there's if I'm really busy, I have 8 assignments due at midnight, and it's 10 p.m. and I just got home from work, then I would think well, my dad would probably get it done, so I have to do it too. I have to compete. It feels like I have to compete with what you would do. I think what would he do, and then I have to try and do that, and sometimes better. I try and one up.
And that's what setting a standard, I think, is, and that's what I was getting to at the beginning of the podcast. Is we have a responsibility. Now, it's a hard line to walk where I never want, for instance, Aiden to feel like he has to compete with me. But I do want him to have that pressure of get your ass in gear and do what you say you're going to do. And it's a hard line to walk. It is, because some days I don't want him to feel like I'm overshadowing him or I'm putting too much pressure on him. But like pressure is what makes a diamond. So if you want to be a diamond, you gotta have to go under pressure. It's part of the exchange in anything. So it's like a weird spot as a father, from my perspective, saying, how many times have I like given you shit where I'm like, Aiden, you have to do this now. Like, you're like, well, I have half an hour. I go, I don't care. That would give you, if you do it in 10 minutes, that gives you 20 minutes more for the next task ahead. And there's days where I'm like, I feel bad putting that pressure on you because I don't want you to feel like I'm like constantly breathing down your neck. But like the episode I had with Mom, like I'm learning a lot of stuff where you're like, you're actually absorbing this.
Yeah.
Like you're actually taking it in. So while you're taking all that in and it's growing you as a person and molding you and building like positive habits with that, I just have to shut up and do it. Like what are some like negatives you're kind of taking? Like what are some turnoffs from like, you see me, it's like, okay, he gets up at 4:15, he goes to the gym, he does his sauna talk, he's at the office, he's worked for 2 hours, I'm getting out of bed now, I better get mask and gear. Like that's a positive motivation. But then what are some turnoffs that you're like, seriously? Like
when I was younger, I always thought you were very hard on me. Like you would always do, like my friends would never do as much as you made me do, which I like. Like now that I'm older, I appreciate that because you've pushed me to do a lot more, and I wouldn't have had half the stuff I would have done if you didn't push me that far. But when I was younger, I would despise it. You would have me up at 7 a.m. on a weekend to move dirt to the backyard and help you out with stuff, which I really didn't want to do. But it's kind of molded me.
You made it very clear you did not want to. Like
yeah, I definitely let you.
Time,
I let you know.
I don't want to.
But I feel like that's pushed me now. Like it didn't, at the time, it didn't feel like it was very much. It was just a task I didn't want to do. But now that I'm older, I feel like those little tasks you had me doing growing up kind of gave me that mindset where I don't have a choice. I have to do it. And now that I'm older, I don't have you waking me up at 7 a.m. saying, you got to do this, you got to go, you got to get up. Like there's stuff to do today. And I feel like I kind of push myself to do that now because the thought of you pushing, like waking me up all those years ago has kind of molded into my brain that like I don't have a choice. It needs to get done. Might as well do it now. There's no point in waiting around. It's just gonna hurt me worse.
I do notice that with you a lot, especially like after a show when you get home at 1 a.m. you're unloading equipment. I'm like, I'm surprised you're just not leaving in the car overnight. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you your turn.
Okay.
So you get to like have a little monologue here. So I want you to pitch yourself as like the master sensei.
Okay.
And you know all your friends are going to tune into this episode.
Oh, all my friends watch
right?
this.
So your friends are listening right now, or tonight at dinner, their mom or dad say, hey, I'm going to start my own business. What would you tell your friends to prepare for with the experience? Because I feel like now you've gone through like the ringer. You've gone through the dad quit his job, started a business, mom quit her job, started a business. The business had ups and downs. The business had pain points. Now the business is kind of thriving. So you've done the life cycle.
Yeah.
So what would you tell your friends, let's say between 10 years old up to 18, in that pocket, right? Because I feel like you're kind of in that pocket going through it. What would you tell them to prepare for? What would you tell them to like, hey, FYI, this is going to suck or this is going to be great?
I wouldn't even tell them to prepare. I would tell them you can't prepare. Like what you're like starting a business or starting something new, you don't know what's going to happen. You could like blow up in the first week of starting your business or your business could fail. Like you never know what will happen. Like there's no guarantee for tomorrow. You have to kind of just drive yourself to keep it going. It's kind of like keeping it alive, if that makes sense. Like there's no helping hand to keep you going. You have to kind of build that yourself, and you can't really prepare for what's going to happen. Or like sure you can you can take tips on like how to run a business or what works and what doesn't, but at the end of the day there's no promise that's going to work. There's no elements that will guarantee success. You have to build that yourself.
You literally just answered that question exactly like your mom. Like it was like identical. I think I'm gonna go back to like episode 2 and like read it, and I think she was like word for word, almost like for the exact same like kind of answer based on the same kind of question. All right, now we're gonna dive into either you're gonna gain a lot of friends or you're gonna lose a lot of friends.
Oh boy.
Here we go. What do you love about your generation?
I love
Again,
how,
generation. I'm not being old. I'm just saying.
You are old though.
I'm not old. Okay, like I'm not
Like-
old. I'm just saying we have a little bit of an age gap. You know, like our strength.
bit, yeah.
I'm a lot stronger than you, right? Like coolness. I'm a lot cooler than you. Like I'm not saying you're uncool. I'm just saying like I'm just in a different cool
Okay.
category.
what I love about my generation, they're like, I feel like they're like really fun. Like they always have stuff to do. Even though we live in like a boring town, all my friends complain, there's nothing to do here. They always find something to do. We're always out doing something any day of the week. I'll check my phone every morning. Yo, let's go do this. Let's go to this abandoned warehouse or this river out of town. Let's go swim. Or like, they always have something to do when they're given nothing to do in this town. Like, I'm not crapping on the town. I'm not crapping on the town. I'm not saying there's nothing for teenagers to do.
But for your age group, there really isn't much to do.
Other
right?
than like bowling, but my friends are broke. They don't have jobs. Yeah. So like we can't really go bowling. So we have to kind of be creative. And I feel like they're so creative with, well, because when you're given nothing to do and you're given that boredom, it creates like creativity and like a drive to do something. And I feel like you kind of have to take something away in order to create something, if that makes sense.
Write that down.
That's deep.
That's deep.
You hear that? That was
wow.
But no,
that's it. We're done for the episode. That is amazing.
If you take away everything like to entertain them, they're going to get creative on what to do. And sure, that can create some bad habits, or they can get out and do some illegal stuff. But like most of the people I hang around, they're like getting creative with it. Like, let's go climb a building. Like, worst they do, we get the cops called on them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I do this. I'm just saying like from experience. Or
it's
like,
true though. Like you have to get out there and do stuff, right? Like you are going to do stuff.
Especially now that we got our licenses and we can drive ourselves places.
Yeah.
Like just go to a different town and do something. Yeah. Or like legit, my friend has texted me, "Let's go to Guelph for the day." And I said, "Let's do what?" "I don't know." Like you just get creative with it.
Waste gas, right?
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
bad for gas money.
That's my signature move. Right. You just do that all the time.
How do you see your generation changing the world? I feel like my age group.
Yeah.
See, I said that age group. Okay.
No, your generation.
We had a very strong go to post-secondary school, get a regular job, and just contribute to society. But I feel like doors have opened for your generation. So how do you see yourselves like kind of changing the world or the workforce or adulthood? Like that whole, like when you guys get older, how do you see yourselves having impact?
Okay, everyone thinks our generation, my generation, is lazy because we just sit on our phones all day. But like, I've seen so many people create so much with like technology nowadays that you guys might have not had. And like with AI, for example, there's so much being created with it, and there's so much like new technology that's coming out that will definitely like change the world. I don't know for better or for worse, but it's definitely a huge change because now we have automated like systems, like in factories, there's automated like packaging and create like building stuff like that. And in construction now, there's like, think of it 100 years ago, they were building stuff by hand. Now they have excavators and cranes and all these machines. Like, and it's just going to go bigger and crazier from there. Like now we have AI and self-automated like things. I feel like this generation's going to create a lot of really, I don't know if it's going to be like more helpful or less helpful or
100% helpful.
Yeah. Like, but I feel like it's going to be a lot different than what I'm used to right now and what I was used to 5 years ago.
What do you hate about your generation?
Like, my generation, I hate how, like, I find with some people there's no drive to do stuff. Like, I find when I'm with my friends and say one of them is like, let's go somewhere, and they're like, I don't have money. And I'm like, well, what are you doing about having no money? Well, I guess I'm just not going to buy anything. There's no drive to get money. Like, I know it's such a small, like, first world problem. Like, we're going to the gas station, let's buy a drink. I can't buy a drink. I feel like every time we go, it's always I don't have money. Like, if you don't want to spend your money, sure, but like, I feel like there should be a drive to like get a job at that point. Because if you see all your friends going, or even now, since we have like our licenses, we're going to like a trampoline park, or we want to go out to the movies now that we can get ourselves there. Yeah. Like there's like they're just gonna sit out of that fun day because they don't have money.
So why do you have the drive?
I just have the drive because I feel like I don't want to miss out on that, and I don't want to be left behind because of a struggle that's like my fault. Like if I was struggling, like the money thing is just an example. Like say we wanted to go play basketball, and one of them's like, oh, I'm not that good at basketball, so I'll just stay home. Like you shouldn't miss out on a day of fun or like hanging out with the guys just because you're not good at basketball. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's like, you're lacking something, therefore you shouldn't go, or you don't belong there. Like that's not right. You should have like even if you don't have to become a professional NBA level basketball player to come play hoops with the guys, like still I feel like there should be some drive to be included and like get out there and do it.
I really like that. I never thought of it.
Like, it's such a small problem in my world, but like, or in the world, but it's still like something to think about, because that will eventually mold into future problems when all those like laziness problems get rooted from when you're younger, I find.
Okay, this week on Forget the Noise podcast, hosted by Ayden Cappuccitti.
I'm not pointing fingers or saying my friends do this. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of people
I
do
get
this.
it, and you're opening a lot of doors for people, because people are gonna watch this and say, you know what, yeah, like people outside are watching me not do something more, because like you've been driven.
Yeah.
Like I know Mom and I kind of pushed you to get a job early. We're doing the same thing with Sophia. Like I don't even think she's legal to get a job yet.
No,
we're like,
she's too young.
just go hand out resumes. Well, I can't even have a job yet. I might just do it. Like, so you do the repetition. You get the part that sucks over with. They're like having to go talk to someone you don't know and kind of like put yourself out there. Like we're trying to push her to do that, like we did with you.
Yeah.
And now you had a job from 15?
15.
15.
14. I was hired 14 and then I didn't
You
work
started
till I
when
was
you were 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about that experience, because you banked a lot of money. Like you literally banked more money than some adults have. And you bought your own car.
Yeah.
And you woke up Christmas with a bow on it. But that was, no, remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah. The bow fell off, so.
Because, I don't know.
It looked like I got a new driveway. The bow was sitting on the driveway.
I didn't tie it on properly. Well, I tied it on and then drove down the street with it, so it was kind of a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, like, what were the feelings when you had to save money and you had to be in the position where you're talking about with, like, some people you know, where it's kind of like, I have no money, even though you do have money. Like, what's that feeling?
It's a terrible feeling. I hate it so much. Like, there'll be times where I'll go out to dinner and one of my friends can't eat because he doesn't have money. And, like, there's those times where he still comes out and hangs out with us. So, like, there shouldn't be one guy not eating. So sometimes, I'll buy my friends food. Or
No, I'm talking about you when you were saving money.
Yes.
You were saving money like crazy for your car.
But there will be times where, like, I'll pay, like, eat all of it. It goes for all of us. All my friends will spot each other meals or a drink at the gas station. But there will be times where they'll ask me, can you buy me a drink? And I could buy myself a drink, but I don't buy anyone a drink. I don't even buy anything for myself. And that was the hardest. For over, like, a year, we would go to the mall, we would go to Shoppers, we'd go to the gas station, we'd go to everywhere, and I would never buy anything.
But that's...
It was part of it.
Gratification.
Like, buying that car made it all worth it, but for the year and a half, I didn't spend over $50 a week. Like, I would spend $20 max for, like, lunch one day, and that was it. For, like, in a year and a half. I would never buy myself, like, I'd never go to the mall and buy clothes. Well, I went to the mall and bought clothes, like, one time, but that was with Christmas money.
Yeah.
But I would never go buy myself clothes. I would never buy myself, like, a game I wanted. I would never buy myself a new, like, thing for my anything band related. I wouldn't buy myself new drumsticks. Like, I would purely wait until it wouldn't affect my car savings. Like, if I got money on Christmas or my birthday, then sure, I would get myself whatever I needed. But it was never what I wanted. I never bought what I wanted because all I wanted was that car.
But how good did it feel now when you got the car? And not only when you got the car, it was now the aftermath of having that car every day parked in the driveway and be able to just go as you want. Like,
It's so worth it.
and
It was
that's
the
a
best
hard
feeling.
lesson to tell people, right? Like that
Yeah.
delayed gratification. People are like, it sucks missing out. But
Yeah.
look at you now. Now you're probably the only one out of most of your friends with a newer car with, like, you know, gas tank full with, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, explain that feeling. Like, I can't
First
do it.
day driving into the school parking lot with that car, I had so many people come up to me, did your parents buy you that car? Who bought you that car? And I would tell them me, and they wouldn't believe me. I've had teachers even come up to me, don't lie to me, who bought you the car? And I would tell them, I bought it with my money.
Yeah.
And then they just wouldn't believe me. I've had people, like, tell me, you're lying to me. And buying that car was, like, the best feeling in the world, because that's all I wanted for so long. Since I got my G1, all I wanted was my own car.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't want to, like, cheap out on a cheaper car either, because, like, the goal was to have this car last me till way after university, so, like, 6+ years.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get something nicer, and I also just wanted to treat myself, because, like, if I'm going to save a lot of money, I might as well get a nicer car instead of cheaping out and saving money for, like, 6 months and getting just a beat down, like, 2008, like, I don't know. But I feel like it was so hard to save money, but it just made the car so much more worth it. It made it so much more appreciative. And I've had my parents, like, my friends tell me, didn't your dad offer to sell you his car? Or didn't your dad offer to get you a car? And I said, like, Probably, but I said no anyways. I would have wanted to buy my own car.
Yeah.
And out of all, like, most people I've talked to, I've said, like, even if someone offered me a free brand new car, I wouldn't take it. I want to buy my own.
Feeling.
That feeling of buying the car and knowing that was my money was the best feeling in the world.
You've always been a hard worker. You've always, like, I think 2 years you've missed 2 shifts. One because you were hurt.
One because I tore my lat.
Dying.
And I was,
And then, you tore your lat at the gym.
I tore my lat at the gym.
Yeah.
I couldn't work.
Lifting too heavy.
Yeah. And then I just went to work the day after. I called in sick.
Trying to keep up with Dad. He was trying to keep up with me.
Don't think I can.
And then, you had one sick day where you're, like, dying, which I didn't want to be around you.
Yeah.
And then, but what are you finding in, like, the workforce? Because you're there at every shift. You get scheduled. You pick up extra shifts.
Yeah.
How do you see the workforce?
It's not bad. Like
18 under. I'm not talking about, like, adults. Like, 18 under.
It's not bad. Like, there's a lot of kids that are a lot more driven than they would look. Like, there's kids that I'm, like, one of my coworkers I'm friends with. If I knew them outside of work, I would have never guessed they were as hardworking at work. Like, I have one of my coworkers working 2 jobs, and she's my age. And I never would have thought that because on top of that, she plays a sport and goes to school. And I never would have, like, hanging out with her outside of work, I never would have guessed she's that hardworking. And I'm assuming it's the same reason that, like, I feel like I push myself so hard. Like, I only work one job, but I pick up shifts where I can. I try and get a lot of hours, and if I don't get a lot of hours,
also
I
in 3
push.
bands.
I'm also in 3 bands, yes, so that affects my hours a bit. But I feel like if someone met me outside of work or, like, hung out with me, I am not like what you would think. Like, when I hang out with my friends, I sound like I'm very lazy and I don't want to work. But, like, because sure, I complain to my friends, I'm like, I really don't want to go into work today, and they're like, just call in sick, and I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
So, like, I complain, but I get it done anyways. And that's also just me hanging out with my friends. Like, if you were to talk to me on, like, a professional basis, I'd be like, I don't have a choice. I have to work.
So balancing work, school, the band and everything, and now we're starting to look at universities. Like, we had a lot of pressure to go post-secondary.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel with post-secondary education? You know how I feel on it?
Yeah.
But I have next to no education. I got bare minimums, and that's kind of it. How do you feel like you guys are with, like, pressure of going to post-secondary, and do you feel like there's more options? Do you feel like you have to? Do you feel like it's kind of one of those, like, no one really kind of thinks into it? It's just kind of like we just go through the motions.
Yeah.
How do you feel about post-secondary?
I feel like it's definitely a big step, but I know that there's, like, a lot of people I know that are going into other options, and I feel like there's a lot more options than just post-secondary now. Like, I believe that when you were younger, post-secondary was, like, the option, like, you had to do this.
Yeah.
I feel like now there's so many other post-secondary options than just college or university. Like, I feel like they've broadened that, like part in your life so much to, like, there's so many different things you can do than just settling down at a university for a degree. Like, I feel like there's jobs you can just jump straight into. You can start your own business. Like, I feel like these weren't options or as open options when you were younger. Like, there's co-ops, workplace, apprenticeships. Like, there's so many things that I never knew about because when I was younger, I feel like it wasn't as big of a thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like post-secondary is more of like I feel like with these broader decisions and, like, things that kids can do, I feel like it creates a drive in people. Like, it makes it sound like they want to do that. It gives them a choice.
It changes their mindset.
It changes their mindset, yeah. When you give them a choice and you give them something they want to do, it gives them drive. Like, they wouldn't just sit around and wait for what they want. They're going to want to get it.
So let's get into mindset. You know me, it's a huge part of my day-to-day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like my life revolves around my mindset. If I'm, like, in a negative mindset, I do something to reset it.
Yeah.
I have time to myself. I time block. Are there whispers in people 18 under about mindset? Like, is it a thing?
All the time. There's so many kids that will, like, are into motivation and, like, they, like I've had friends put me on, like, yo, this guy David Goggins, you should check him out. He's really motivational. He's inspiring. And I'd be like, well, obviously I know him because of you.
Yeah.
But, like, there's so many kids that are still into that, and so many people think that, like, my generation and kids my age are, like, they're not into that. They don't care to work hard. But there's so many kids that, like, even my friends, like, I would think of them like they don't really care to be motivational or to work hard at things, and they would like catch me off guard. They would, like, surprise me with that. Like, there's so many people my age that drive themselves, and you would never guess. Like, it's very I don't know the word, but like it catches you off guard.
Once your mind stretches to a new idea, it never shrinks back to its original dimensions.
Yeah.
Do you find kids, I hate saying kids because you guys are like young adults,
Yeah.
are thinking too small or too big? Because I find it's one or the other. I think either they feel like they can't do it and it's impossible and it's not made for them, or it's I'm entitled to the world, gimme, 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 and it should be an easy ride. I feel like there's no medium, but I don't talk to anyone 18 under on a day-to-day basis unless it's like you or your sister's friends, which really are my only friends. But like, what do you find is a split between small-minded, like larger than life?
I couldn't think of a single like big-minded, gimme, like entitled to the world person my age. Like everyone I know, even just people that I know of, they're very like, I don't think I could do that, and then they do it, and they like surprise themselves. Like I feel like everybody I know has done that. Like nobody thinks they're better than what they really are. They all belittle themselves and think, I'm not that good, I couldn't do that, that's too hard for me, and they get it done anyways.
So how's the pick-me-up, I guess, movement amongst younger adults? Like, if you see your friend down and out, like I'm at the point now where like I like cheering people on.
Yeah.
So if I see someone down and out, I'm like, hey, pick it up, let's go. And T-Dog just looked up because he thought I was doing a mic check. That's like an international signal for like, if you're working with a videographer, go. And they'll look up like, hey, we're doing a mic check. Like, I swear to God, it's like, yeah. So like, do you find you and your friends or colleagues, it's so weird, picking each other up? Because it took me a while. Like, I'm 40 now. And like, I'd say in the past maybe 3 years, I've only got that mindset then to start cheering people on and picking them up. Before it was like competition. Like, but you were saying you guys don't really compete with each other. You guys kind of just like, hey, I want to do that too. So like, where do you find today's day and age with that between each other when you see someone's down and out or not pushing themselves? You said some people are unmotivated, they don't want to get a job. Like, is there a pick me up or like a, hey, let's get your ass in gear kind of mentality? Or is it just kind of like, not my clown, not my circus?
No, like, I feel like a lot of people like push each other and they're very inspiring. Like if I have friends that started their own business and everybody they know, even people that don't like them, cheer them on, like this is cool, keep it going. Or they even give them pointers like I've tried this before, do this instead. Like there's despite their personal relationships, if they see a bigger goal at hand, they will help them out. Like they will never put someone's future down or put someone's goals down because they don't like the kid. Like,
can you speak into the camera and say that? Because I feel like there's so much of that shit out there right now that people are there to tear each other down, rip on each other, shit on each other. Like, and we literally have people that are not even legally adults picking each other up. Like that's a problem in society. When I'm 40 and I'm seeing in my environment people not picking each other up, people not cheering themselves on, people not wishing the best for each other, and people 18 and under are doing it, like, us as adults need to do a better job. And I don't know if that's just a generational shift. I don't know if that's us just being molded different, but like, we need to make a change. Like, we really need to make a change. And I love that you guys are doing that, but I don't feel like everyone is like that. Like, you are like, just do it. Like, we talked about that early in the episode. Because you are, I know you feel like you wake up in the morning, the house might be empty, or everyone's already on the go, but you are in 3 bands. You do maintain a job. You do have good grades in school. You don't miss any days. Like, and then you socialize with friends. And then you're out at family events too. So like, is there just a button you press when you wake up? It's kind of like, okay, just gotta do it? Or is there like a motivation? Or is there like something that pushes you to do it? Like me, it's you, your sister, and your mom. Sounds corny, but it's like, I'm like, I want to create opportunities for my kids. Even if I don't die rich on a yacht with millions of dollars, if I spend my every last cent to the point where like I'm broke when I die, and you guys have every opportunity to either start your own business, venture off, go do something, I'm happy with that. Does that make sense? And it sounds corny, but like with mom, like running her own business, I'm building my dream. I don't want to send her to work to build some other guy's dream. I want her helping me build mine or building her own.
Yeah.
But with you, like, what is your why? Like, is it just natural where it's kind of like, I gotta do this? Or is it like, is there something that pushes you to get to that point? And I don't mean to ramble on, but I don't know how to explain it. Like,
I know what you mean. So when you think of people's qualities, you think of it like a job application. They could do this, they can do this, they've done this before, right?
Yeah.
I think of it as, what can't they do? Like this person, oh, they're not that good at this. Or like, I look at what they can improve on. Or like, I look at myself on what I can improve on. I think of it as, well, I'm not that good at this, I can't do this, and I would like to be better at this. And that's what pushes me. I wake up, that's what I gotta do first. Because the chain's as strong as its weakest link. If you're really, like in drumming, I am not the fastest drummer in the world. I am nowhere near it. But to make up for it, all of music is counted on 4 beats, or 90% of music on the radio is in 4 beats. I think, in my thought process, if I'm not the best at playing fast or being flashy, let's take another element of music, like the 4 beats, for example. In all of music, you count 1, 2, 3, 4. All of music changes when you add beats and take away beats. If you make 4 is an even number, so you can nod your head to the music, you can feel the beat a lot better. If you start taking away beats and making it odd numbers like 5 beats, 7 beats, 9 beats, then it starts getting trippy, then it starts getting technical. And that's where I'll look at drummers online and I'll see them play 3 million beats per minute or something really fast and really mind-blowing. But I'll think, can they break down the music and change it is the question. And that's why I strive to do that stuff when I drum. I make it technical and confusing because that's what I'm good at and that's what I think that a lot of drummers can't do. So when I look at other drummers or I look at my friends that are musicians, I think, sure, they can play fast, but can they break down the music and like technically analyze it and stuff like that? Or even just a day-to-day life. If I look at someone, like they're not the best at waking up early. And I think I'm not the best at waking up early. So like, why not improve on that? Wake up early every day.
Literally my 4:15. It's because I picked a handful of people that I want to be like. And I'm like, average time is 4:30. I'm getting up at 4:15, 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
So do a little back story on you playing music.
Yeah.
So you started out with a ukulele.
Did I?
Yeah, I remember when we were camping.
I don't remember that.
With Sarah, she had a ukulele.
No, that was like a little tiny baby guitar.
Isn't that ukulele?
Basically, same, I don't know, same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Same
We had a
idea.
ukulele. And then you said you wanted an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
So we borrowed one, and then you wanted your own, so we bought that. And then you got into the electric guitar. Mm-hmm. And then we went through 4, 5, 9, 12, 11 strings or whatever it was. So we went through a bunch of other guitars for that. And then we got into the bass, and then you got into the keyboard. Mm-hmm. And then you wanted to start a band, and there's a battle of the bands starting. But
And no drummer.
You had no drummer, and the Battle of the Bands was on like a Friday or something like that.
Yeah.
And you learned how to play the drums on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that was it.
3 days before, and he just learned how to play the drums. So when he's getting into the whole dissecting music and all that stuff, like, it's another beast. It's like a whole other thing. Like, I hear it all the time at the house, but like, I am proud of you. Like, you've done a killer job. And that's cool how you look at other people.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like very black and white, like can and can't. It's like he can, but, and you like dissect it that much more.
Yeah.
Like, can he dissect music?
When I say like they can't do that, I don't mean it in a put them down sort of way. I look at like people who are really good at what they do and they think like, well, where would they be if they couldn't? Like, if Michael Jordan couldn't shoot threes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where would he be if he couldn't shoot threes?
Yeah.
Not nearly as good as he is today. That's what I look at it as.
Yeah.
I want to be the best I can, so I have to look at what I'm bad at. That's what I mean.
It's the minor details where it's like, you have the Kobe Bryant, and it's like, he can dribble, but how many dribbles can you do in a minute, and how intricate can he do with it?
Yeah.
Like, he would do little things with his thumb and his pinky that would spin the ball certain ways. Like, that's really breaking it down. That's what the greats do. They break it down to such small steps that no one else can fathom the actual whole process anymore.
Exactly.
It's that intricate. Okay, so we're gonna have the fun part of the podcast.
Okay.
Your friend groups are made up of all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
You have influence from like sporty kids, the musical, the arts kids, the, I guess, regular kid, like
Yeah.
neighbor, you know what I mean? Like you have
I know
friends
what you
that
mean.
are
I have like 3 different friend groups. And
Yeah,
they're all
exactly.
totally different people.
Exactly. How do you cancel out the noise? Like you have so many different influences on you. Like how do you just say, no, I'm Aiden, I want to hang out with them, and I want to hang out with them? Because when I went to school, it was cliquey.
Yeah. No, it still is very.
And you kind of just like float anywhere you want. So like how do you forget the noise of everyone talking about, like, you know, you're with the jock kids and like, oh, look at those kids in the corner playing guitar, or the kids playing guitar saying like, oh, they'll never have like a talent of being able to create music. Like there's a lot of noise. There is.
There is, yeah. When I first started drumming, I had people coming up to me, you would never be able to drum, or you'll never make it playing this style or metal music. Switch to this music, you'll do so much better. I've had mom come up to me still today. She comes up to me, you'd be so much better if you played this. Now she's like my biggest supporter, besides like you.
Yeah.
But like back then, like when I first started, the idea of playing metal music and playing drums for metal music was like, it's such a like genre most people don't like. Surely it won't be popular if people don't like the music.
We like
Which
it.
I mean,
Look at our shirts.
yeah,
We like it.
same concert too.
Yeah.
I didn't even plan this.
I know.
But even at school, I've had people come up to me like in the halls or at lunch or in classes and be like, why do you do it if you know it's not going to be popular? And I'd be like, you can't tell me what's going to be popular. You can't tell me what I'm going to do. Like it would make me like it'd make my blood boil when people would come up to me and tell me why I can't do it, or them telling me why I can't or why it won't work. And it would make me so mad. I've even had like a music teacher who's come up to me, this isn't gonna work. Like when I first started guitar lessons, I was so in love with the instrument, I wanted to do 2-hour lessons instead of 1. And he told me, no, you're gonna get stressed out, it's too much learning, you can't handle it. And even today, I still think about that. Like,
Really? Wow.
who are you to tell me I can't handle that, or I can't push myself hard?
That's crazy. I didn't know about that. I didn't know that about you, but
And the best part is now that I'm sponsored and I'm doing kind of well with my drumming, I have people, the same people coming up to me, you're really good, keep it up. Like, weren't you telling me to, like, I wouldn't be here
that's
if you,
the definition of the must be nice.
yeah.
Because no one remembers the long hours and the headaches you put in and the effort you're willing to put in to get it there. Like that's someone that doesn't have the hungry mindset where they're just like, because people can't accept or believe things they can't picture themselves doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that music teacher might have not pictured himself playing guitar for 2 hours, or he couldn't play guitar for 2 hours. So he puts that result on you. Because if this is realistic for me, and these are my expectations, this is what it is for everyone else in the world.
Yeah.
It's like me working. People are like, why do you never put your phone down? Why do you never clock out? I'm like, I like the hustle.
Yeah.
I like the go, 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 right? Just because you don't like it and you can't picture yourself doing it doesn't mean it fits for me. Does that make sense? And you need to remember that as you like continue to grow and achieve more, is that people are going to put those parameters on you when they can't picture themselves in that situation.
Yeah.
So if you want to drum for 6 hours straight, someone's going to say, that's too much for you. No, it's too much for you.
Yeah.
I can do it.
It's worse when they know they can do it and they tell you it's too much for me. Like if they're like, if I have like a teacher, like a music teacher that plays music all day, every day, and I want to practice for like 5 hours and he's like, no, that's too much for you. But I know he can do it. Why are you to tell me I can't do it? Because I know you can do it. Why can't I?
That's capping the ceiling on people too, right?
Exactly. Like when they know they can do it and they just cap the ceiling for someone else just because, that's what really makes my blood boil. Because why would you take that away from someone or plant that seed in their mind that they can't do it or it's too much for them?
But that's
the
what
worst.
differentiates you from other people, is that you've learned to turn off the noise.
Yeah.
And that's what I love that you touched on that, because that's the definition of the question I just asked you. So we're going to do, you know what, we're going to give you the floor. Is there anything else you want to touch on? Or
Living with you.
living with me, eh?
Yeah. I want to let the people know.
Okay, yeah, go.
Like living with you is fun because like there's always so much going on and you're so energetic, and like with me and Maddie and Sophia, you're very playful with us. Like you always want to go, even when you're not doing business related stuff, you always want to be doing something.
Yeah.
You always want to like go out, like kids, let's go to the movies. Kids, let's go get dinner. Kids, let's go do this. Or like when we're feeling really like, when we're all free, we're like, Dad, let's go, or AJ or JJ, let's go out and do the movies or something. Let's go do something. It's really fun like that, because I feel like if I had like a dad that just like worked all day or would get home from work, I'm tired, then I feel like it wouldn't be like, I wouldn't have that, I feel like I wouldn't be as energetic of a person as I am. And like, I feel like it's very nice to have someone at home that's energetic like me. And I know got it from you, but it's nice to have someone similar to me all the time around. It's
awesome.
so like chaotic in a good way. I like it.
This is really emotional.
Yeah.
Emotional. All right, we're gonna go 2 more questions. Okay. 1.
Okay.
And these always stump people.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
What do you want to be asked? You have the world watching you.
Yeah.
And one reporter stands up and asks you one question because there's an answer you want to give everyone about it. What's the question you want to get asked?
Does my age ever like rid me of opportunities? Like, I'm a drummer and I play in a lot of bars, but since I'm 16, like, I want people to ask me, like, I've always been waiting for the question, like, are you ever too young to do something? Are you ever too young to perform or play somewhere? That's like the question I would kill to be asked by just a random person.
That's a cool one. Like
I would just love to go into
like setting a boundary on someone, or setting like expectations or parameters on someone where it's kind of like, well, because you're only 16, you can't do this, or because you're only 20, you can't do this, or or it could be vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because you're 40, you can't keep up with the 18-year-olds. It could work in reverse too, right? That is a really cool question. Last one. What would you name this episode?
Something to do with like me or your son. Like, I don't know what to name it, but
You have to name it. That's
I have to name it. Like, a look into the Cappuccittis.
Ooh, a look into the
at that.
Cappuccittis. That's a good spin. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're going to give you a sec, social plugs, because I know you really want to do that, because you want to plug your band, you want to plug yourself, you want to plug your drumming website.
Yeah.
What is your website?
My website, Aiden Casino.
Look at the camera, not me.
Oh, AidenCasino.com, I think. My Instagram is Aiden_Casino, and then 2 of my bands, Loose Jaw Band, I think it is, on Instagram, and Whiskey Jack Band on Instagram. Those are the 3.
And do you have any shows coming up? It's
so many shows. Like July 22nd in London, July 24th in Cambridge. It is all on my website. Yeah, you can see it on my website. You can see it on my Instagram all the time, on the band's Instagrams. You'll see it everywhere.
And we're doing some content planning, and this episode is literally going to drop like 3 days before your birthday.
Really?
So, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, happy early birthday.
First birthday I've gotten.
Yeah, I think we're like 3 or 4 days off. I think it drops on the 18th. So,
Beauty. Can't wait.
Yeah, so it'll be cool to drop it around then. Besides that, it was awesome having you on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun.
That actually turned out a lot better than I thought. I thought it's either he's going to completely knock me or completely stunt me, or I was going to stump him, but I think it was pretty fluid. It was a great episode of Forget the Noise podcast. Once again, Aiden Cappuccitti, a.k.a. Stooge, if you know us. That's an inside joke. Yeah, that's just a lesson for any parents out there that are raising kids. The younger generation, doesn't matter if you're a business owner or not, like, you do influence them. I learned that today, and I'm like with this kid all the time, and I go to his shows, we hang out at home, and there's things I learned today that I didn't think rolled over to him. I didn't think it rubbed off on him. I really just thought they were just lost words I've said over and over 1,000 times. So maybe grab your kid and sit down and talk to them. That would be a great idea, because you'll learn a lot from your kid, especially around this age. We got 2 of them, 17 and 15, and it's a fun stage, and they're becoming young adults, and everything you did before that molded them, and now you get to see kind of the final product. But if you never sit down and talk to them and spend the time with them, you never get to know what you helped create. So take some time with your kids. Hopefully this episode was good. Again, Aiden, thank you for coming on. That was really cool. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Signing off, Forget the Noise.